tell us then what the client first pretense is the issue, right?
Yeah, so I cancel all my lunches with Wall Street bankers before writing this column because they're not going to like this one, and they're going to like shoot my ears off. But the fact is that this latest little hiccup by Goldman Sachs, the guy resigned in the pages of the New York Times saying they was all the culture had changed so much and they were not no longer about clients. The issue is simply, if the banks just set the expectations much lower, I think they could clear them. The problem is they keep talking about being all about clients. And unfortunately, they're not just about clients. They're about shareholders, they're about themselves, and about the people who actually pay the bills.
So let me turn that around. What if you had an employee who tried to lower expectations on you? Would you be happy with that?
No. My suggestion is that the top lowers expectations.
Oh, right. Okay, I'm sorry.
That'd be, in your example, it'd be me lowering expectations, but which we're not doing. We're not doing live here.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Right? No. What I'm saying is that the problem with the banks is that they want everybody to believe they're all about clients, and then people constantly find fault with them not being all about clients.
Okay.
Like every company, they have multiple constituencies that they have to fulfill, right? And that means the shareholders, their employees, and their clients. Sometimes those things will be in conflict. The banks will try, in good faith, to do what they can to fulfill all their constituencies, but sometimes they won't be able to. But the banks don't say that. They say, no, we're just about clients. We're client-driven.
So this public resignation letter, do you think other leaders at banks and other institutions on Wall Street are thinking, are there other of these guys out there who might do similar?
The temptation was for everybody else on Wall Street other than Goldman Sachs to jump on this bandwagon, forward the letter to all the clients, say, why would you want to hire these guys? Then I think they thought better of it, because in reality, all of them could be liable or be vulnerable to this kind of behavior by one of their employees. Because frankly, in these institutions, there's a lot of disgruntled people. There's a lot of people who don't agree with what the institutions do. And so this guy is called Greg Smith. There could be many Greg Smiths in the banks.
So you talk about dropping the pretense, but on a lot of Wall Street, there are things called fiduciary responsibilities. And you have fiduciary responsibilities to act on the best behalf of your client, basically, and to not front-run information and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
So how do you sort of get that balance and say, yes, we're in business to make money, but at the same time comply with all those fiduciary responsibilities?
Well, there is the law, so front-running is illegal.
Yeah,
so,
the law
is
is
important. And legal
It's important to remind people of that. So you shouldn't front-run because it's illegal. Then there's fiduciary responsibility, mostly in the asset management side of the banks.
Yes.
In trading, there is no fiduciary responsibility. The only responsibility they have really is best execution. Get me the best price.
But that is a responsibility, though, to get the best execution. And you do hear tales of people not getting the best execution.
Absolutely. But that doesn't mean, though, that you should never make money on any trade if you're a bank, right? You're allowed to make money on a trade, and you're allowed to make money at the expense of your clients. That's not in breach of your fiduciary duty. The clients are also your counterparties. You just trade with them, right? So that's why I think I blame it firmly on the banks that they've created this impression that they are all about the common good, whereas they're about the shilling as everybody else is.
So do you actually expect anyone to take this advice on what it is? Is Lloyd Blankfein going to be reading this in tomorrow's paper? He's going to sit down with his coffee and his champagne, and he's going to open this up, and he's going to be drinking it, and it'll come out of his nose because he'll be so shocked and say, yes, we're going to do this.
No, I just think, though, that this stuff has to be said, and I think that it will never happen in a big bang, right? But there will be, if there were constantly ratcheting down of expectations before the regulators and the press does it for them, there could be some merits for the banks.
Well, I have a feeling some of these banks are going to be getting quite a lot smaller quite soon if they don't make so much money.
That's true, and that will help.